As you heard, my name is Andrew Francie. I and my family are from Brisbane, where I've worked in horticulture for the last few decades, primarily in salad production, salad processing, mango production and marketing, and avocado production and marketing. I joined Hort Innovation 18 months ago now. And I'm here today representing our team from Hort Innovation. Firstly, I'd like to thank the AMGA and New Zealand Mushroom Growers Federation for bringing us together this week. I thoroughly enjoyed yesterday and particularly would like to congratulate Jeff Martin on his Lifetime Award. Unlike many of you, I've only known Jeff for the last 18 months since I joined Hort Innovation, but can say your openness and approach, and I'm not sure if he's in the room this morning, but his openness and approach in our dealings together, and indeed the AMGA board, led by Nick and Leah, has been important in how we're now working together. Indeed, one of my first jobs at Hort Innovation was to attend an AMGA board meeting in Adelaide to understand the challenges of your industry and to discuss a new way of working together. And it's fair to say the last 12 to 18 months has been very much about working out that new way of working together. We've introduced new marketing and R&D groups. In particular, the last 8 months, we've been getting down to the business of investing in new activities in R&D and marketing, which you'll hear more about today. So I'm looking forward to the team sharing that with you. At Hort Innovation, we are seeing horticulture at a key inflection point. Despite continued growth in horticulture production each year, we're experiencing the key headwinds of domestic consumption and growers facing difficult supply and cost pressures. And yet, we are also at the start of a rapid uptake in technology and automation. And underpinning this, community trust as food producers is at an all-time high, as farmers are increasingly recognised for the importance of food security and economic contribution post-COVID. Today, I wish to take the next few minutes outlining the role of Hort Innovation and how innovation, R&D and marketing and trade are critical now more than ever to solve these problems and take advantage of these opportunities. Hort Innovation is owned by its grower members. Our role is to advance Australia's $16 billion horticulture industry by investing in research and development, marketing and trade to build a prosperous and sustainable future for growers. We are the most diverse of agriculture industries, with growers as our shareholders across the 37 horticulture industries. What we are not is an advocacy organisation. We are purely focused on investing grower-level money and grower contributions into R&D, marketing and trade. And we invest in two ways. Firstly, through the mushroom levy system, and secondly, through co-investment from organisations directly. The benefit of both is R&D spend is matched by the Commonwealth. Last year, we invested on growers' behalf $158 million in Australian horticulture, and for mushrooms, close to $5 million. The $158 million is now split 50-50 between levy investments and co-investment, which we call our Frontiers funds. Critically, these investments are, number one, guided by advice from growers, from people like you in the room, from people on our advice panels in R&D and marketing. And innovation in horticulture and for the mushroom industry is as important, if not more, than ever before. Across horticulture, we have seen overall fruit and vegetable consumption decline through 2023 by 7 to 8%. Mushrooms is not unique in this space, with a similar 8% decline. We are seeing shopper habits change as belts tighten, with 42% more people now shopping for cost savings, and more people substituting items for cheaper alternatives such as canned or frozen produce versus a year ago. And from a production farm gate perspective, data tells us total production costs have increased close to 19% across horticulture over the last 4 years to 2023. I heard recently from Mark Bennett from ANZ Agribusiness how grower profitability across agriculture is under pressure, and how horticulture profitability is more closely related to labour costs than any other ag sector. And we heard yesterday from Ben Picton from Rabobank how productivity has declined to levels not seen for a decade, and how over the next few years, productivity is the right pursuit. So to that end, I'm pleased to announce Hort Innovation has commenced the first productivity study into Australian horticulture in over a decade, designed to give the industry a baseline on productivity today and paint potential scenarios into the next decade. This is important, as on top of these demand and supply headwinds, horticulture is grappling with rising compliance costs, from pesticide regulations to labour standards. As industry standards evolve, growers face challenges balancing productivity with regulatory demands. Uncertainty remains around carbon accounting. The Australian Government is developing an agriculture and land sectoral plan to describe how Australia can reach its net zero by 2050 goal. Australian Fresh Produce Alliance members responded by leading the conversation with a greenhouse gas accounting framework in August 2023. Food safety standards are under regular review, with new standards, for example, being introduced in February 2025 for berries, leafy vegetables and melons. Whilst not impacting mushrooms, I commend the mushroom industry R&D advice panel for their proactive development of a levy-funded mushroom food safety program. This was recently launched in September with more resources to come. And amongst all this, we mustn't forget the vital role horticulture plays in the economic contribution of our rural and regional communities. In terms of additional benefits to the community, by 2030 we estimate the mushroom industry will be adding close to $700 million of economic value, incorporating close to $250 million of value to the communities supporting the mushroom industry. Furthermore, in our latest Community Trust Survey, 91% of Australians view rural industries as important to our way of life, well up from 4 years ago. Which for me means we are ready to communicate with confidence the work we are doing to build sustainable businesses and sustainable practices. Similar to the Mushroom Life Cycle Analysis project, right across horticulture, there are numerous projects and investments aimed at targeting a water, carbon and chemical limited future. And as noted earlier, labour costs are impacting us all. And when we dig into labour costs, having a workforce is one thing, having an efficient workforce is another altogether. On average, the time taken for basic proficiency is costly. And to be an efficient worker in the mushroom industry, I'm told it takes up to 6 months to be meeting targets. And so there are numerous projects underway across horticulture to support this challenge, ranging from virtual training, AI-assisted picking and packing, to augmenting machinery and rapid improvements in agronomic data. These technologies are advanced to be now commercial or near commercial ready versus 3 years ago. And we are observing the start of a rapid uptake across the sector. We've seen some of this at the conference this week, and a small example, in some industries, virtual reality will soon be used as a recruitment tool in the Pacific Islands to test potential workers before they leave their home country, improving the time to proficiency once landed in Australia. And finally, I won't steal our team's thunder. You'll hear today the role impactful marketing can have. So finally, I want to reiterate, at Hort Innovation, we are focusing on investing your levy based on your needs. We have a number of our team here this week who are working closely with your industry, led by our GM of Marketing, Karina Keisler, with Monique Emmy, Wendy Hubbard and Susanna Truisham from our Marketing and Comms team, and your Industry Manager, Dermy Malunga. So on that note, I'll hand back to Leah and I look forward to your questions later on. Thank you.